So Jutech Solutions has recently migrated its infrastructure to AWS. And before migration, access to IT resources was managed manually using local accounts. And this led to inefficiencies, security risk, and lack of audit trails. Now that they are on AWS, the company needs a structured and secured way to manage who has access to what resources and what actions they can perform. So here is the data of the IT professionals and their various teams, right? So here is the solution architecture, right? So now that they are on AWS, so we use this service called IAM, Identity and Access Management, to um, to create the various teams, right? So this groups represent the team, and then to each of those teams, we attach the appropriate policy. And then then we created a user group and assigned those users to their various user group, right? And then lastly, CloudTrail is a service that you can use to track the user's activity in the account, right? So like maybe somebody created a resource, is a service that one can use to track who actually did that. So here are the steps, right? Created a group, then granted appropriate policy, created the users, then assigned the users to their group, and then we saw what happened when an IAM user attempts to access an AWS resources he or she is not permitted to. So, so to each of those teams, based on their role, we assign the appropriate permissions, right? So I assign the appropriate permission. And precisely for this team, the graduate intent team, the permission that I assigned was read-only permission, right? So the intent can just read, but cannot create or provision some resources, right? So it can just view resources basically. So now, going to AWS. So let's go to AWS. We'll see. So here is IAM, right? And then here is the user group. So I already created the different teams, and then here are the users. So for example, if you look at this team now, right? Let me look at this graduate intern. I just have one user there, right? Kim John. Kim John. So if I click on this, if you look at the permission, right? This is the permission that the users in this group have. And if you observe, it's only read-only access permission, read-only access to the DynamoDB, read-only access to the EC2, read-only access to the S3. So any user in this team automatically inherits this policy, right? So if I come to users and then I come to Kim John, right? Kim John is the one that is a graduate intern. You see the group, right? So you see that the permissions that Kim Jong has is exactly the permission that was assigned to the team, to the user group, to the graduate intent team. So now what I did next was I logged in using Kim Jong's account, right? And then let's try to see if Kim Jong can create maybe an S3 bucket. You will see that. Let's try to just see. I'm just going to click on S3 and click on create bucket. Then I'll just put the name, let me say web bucket. And then I'll just come to create. So you see, the error is failed to create buckets, right? And the reason is that, I don't have Kim Jong does not have permission to do that. That's basically the reason. So now the next thing we want to just do is just show you CloudTrail. So I'll come back to CloudTrail and then we'll just see the use of CloudTrail. So you see, it says track user activity. So click on CloudTrail. Then if I come to event history, you can see the various users, right, and their, events, right? For example, recently I stopped some EC2 instance. You see if I click on that, it's going to give me, the details, right? The details, the user, the time, the access key, and all that's this CloudTrail is very, very powerful. So yeah, so that's just it about the project.